Another thing I'll say is this: as far as men being accountable, if I was irresponsible, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. Somebody that got pregnant and listen, I don't even know this person, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. But I don't recommend that women depend on men to be responsible if they don't want to be in this predicament, right? So you also have to look at that, right? If you had unprotected sex with a man, you got a lot of options right there, right at that moment. It could be the minute after to try to make sure that you don't get pregnant. So what's going through your mind at that point? Are you thinking I'm going to wait and see?
They don't mind
Right.
getting pregnant.
Right. So
Right.
so I think that's the part of the problem, right?
So they don't mind
After
the ramifications.
after I bust this nut, I can't take it back.
Most people start having sex when they're like, in high school, maybe college. So once you like have years of experience of having sex, after a certain age frame, I think everybody should consciously know like if you have sex with somebody unprotected, you can have a baby. So once that situation comes to fact, because you're grown and you know like that when you have sex unprotected, you can have a baby, like you can get an STD and every other thing, you know what I'm saying? So when those things come, you can't be like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. It's like you kind of have to deal with it. You have to talk to that person about it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
Like
spit some facts to you.
mature, responsible people.
Hold on,
Let me
Amber wanted to
spit
say
some facts to
something.
you real quick.
Amber wanted to say
I'm gonna spit some
something.
facts. Hold on. Let me spit some facts to you real quick, Maya. Do you think that most men are out here having sex when they're in fucking high school? You would be wrong if you thought that.
That men are having sex in high school?
Yes.
Do you said men are having sex in high school?
Do you think most men are having
not.
sex in high school?
Do I think that most men are not having?
No. I said, do you think most men are having sex in high school?
Yes, I do.
You are wrong, darling.
What
That
kind
is
of school
why
you go to?
the way
It's a
you
small
do.
group.
You are wrong across the board.
Oh well,
Men
I know.
in
Like at
general-
my high school, like
in
where I
your
went to
high school,
What's the name of
in
this high
your
school?
high school, right?
I went to
In
North
your
Clayton High
school,
School, College Park.
in your high school, they out here fucking like that. All right.
Oh,
I'm
College
Yeah,
Park,
like
of course.
I mean, from on the south
Projects
side,
across the
like
street.
people was like, I mean, and like, so a lot of like my community of people, they were having sex like in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I unconsciously think about that stuff with my son now because I'm like, I remember people having sex in middle school.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
You're 35 years old.
35,
Let me
you
tell you right
stuck?
now.
Okay.
that This generation of men, this is the highest virgin adults rates that we've seen ever in the history of man. Men are there are more virgins at higher ages than there are in the history of men.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I got
good
a-
to
I
know.
got a
Well, at least I
question.
know my
That
son
is
will
just-
have a baby at an early
okay.
age.
Listen, okay, so let's let King Rio talk and then let's let Amber talk because we haven't heard from them.
So on that last comment, I'm gonna keep it real. In question, we've been on other shows together. I'm gonna be accountable from the standpoint it is. I personally was having sex in high school. All of my friends was having sex. At least they claimed they was. But I think it depends on the communities that we were in. You know what I mean? So it's not that way across the board. Another thing I'll say is this: as far as men being accountable, if I was irresponsible, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. Somebody that got pregnant and listen, I don't even know this person, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. But I don't recommend that women depend on men to be responsible if they don't want to be in this predicament, right? So you also have to look at that, right? If you had unprotected sex with a man, you got a lot of options right there, right at that moment. It could be the minute after to try to make sure that you don't get pregnant. So what's going through your mind at that point? Are you thinking I'm going to wait and see?
They don't mind
Right.
getting pregnant.
Right. So that's so I think that's the part of the problem, right?
So they don't mind the
After
ramifications.
after I bust this nut, I can't take it back.
Do women not know
It's
when they're
wrong.
ovulating though?
Like there's a window.
They say it changed.
No, that's only if your cycle is it's regular. A lot of women don't have regular
window
cycles.
can change.
So let me, so I just want to put that in perspective. After I bust a nut, I cannot take it back. I may be pissed off at myself later, but I can't take it back. You at that point have options. You know, he just went raw. What are we going to do now? That very
got
minute.
that option no more, bro.
So let me let Amber go. Then I wanted to reply to that. Okay, Rio, go ahead, Amber.
I don't know what everybody's age. I'm assuming I'm probably one of the oldest. I'm 39 years old.
I'm the oldest.
Sorry.
Hey, shout out to my 39-year-old partner over there.
Shout out,
Amber.
Shout out, press. But let's just be real. People are fucking. People are having sex. Even the most caliber people in every profession. My profession, I'm around a lot of people in high professions, office romance, crimes of passion. People are having sex. Sometimes sex on the first date leads to marriage. Sometimes it just happens. I'm not going to condemn nobody. I'm not going to judge nobody. Get your rocks knocked off. That's your business. However, the responsibility when it comes to bringing a child into life is on us women because we have more to lose. It affects our body. It affects our psyche, yeast infections, STDs, ectopic pregnancies, fibroids, endometriosis. Even on a spiritual level, our sacral area, the sacral chakra, is our most divine and most sensitive area on our body because that's where we store the most stress as women. So if you want to have sex, who gives a shit? But when it comes to our bodies and protecting and bring life in the world, is our responsibility to covet it and protect it, regardless who we're doing it with, which that means abstinence, carrying a condom, whatever precautions you take after a random night of passion, because it happens.
Wow.
But the responsibility is on us at the end of the day.
So I have a question.
Wow.
Just put a scenario out there.
Hey, hold on. Put me
This is my show.
Amber and Kelly.
I agree, Amber.
Between Amber and Kelly, I'm trying to sit over there with them right now.
Between us.
And let's not neglect that emergency contraception is still an option. Get the plan B.
I get it. So let me ask you a question, because this is how I approach it with my son. So what if you go to the club and you go out with one of these women who may not be high standard or whatever, but she wants to keep the child. She's like, oh, I didn't know I could have a child, and now I'm pregnant. I want to keep the child. Because at the end of the day, you said it's up to her, is it not? And let's just be real. If she's pregnant and she keeps the child, it's because she wanted to.
I can speak to that directly.
Well, so I have a. How is your son?
Hold on, because I have a.
Okay, go ahead.
Anecdotal
Cook,
situation.
Go ahead and cook.
I can speak to that directly. Okay. That's what my baby mama told me. I can't have no kids. Yeah, no, we gonna cook tonight.
On the first night?
No, we finna cook tonight, goddamn it. This ain't the first night for Lapeef members seeing me. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. That's what my baby mama said to me. I can't have kids. I was at one point married, and me and my husband tried to have kids multiple times. Couldn't have them. Okay, cool. So I'm shooting up clubs for a whole year. Mind you, I never even took her out on a date. Now let's just be real.
But it's a whole year shooting up the club.
Listen to me. We gonna keep it funky now. Y'all gonna let me cook. And I don't need nobody to jump in what I'm finna tell you with my shit. Okay?
You couldn't take her on one date, like McDonald's or anything?
Why?
McDonald's.
I mean, because she was giving you sex for a whole year.
Wait. No. So because she giving me sex, that means I need to take her out on a date. This is where y'all women think that y'all pussy has so much value, and it really do not. Cut it out.
It has baby value.
And you see, listen. Hey, listen, chat Chat niggas, listen to the shit that you hear right now coming out their mouth right now. It got baby value. It has baby value, and you have the determination on whether or not you decide to bring a child to bear. I smashed a woman for an entire year, shot her club up for an entire year because she told me I can't have kids. When I noticed that she is not moving in a manner that I want to be affiliated with, I say, hey, you know what? You kind of doing different things. I'm not going to put that part of her business out there. You moving a little differently than I like. So, you know what? I got a deployment coming up. I'm finna be in Jamaica for the next 3-4 months. Let's just go on our separate ways. Salute you. We don't go about our business. 2 months into that Jamaica deployment, I get a DM in my motherfucking Facebook. Hey, you need to call me. Now, mind you, the only reason I've been shooting that fucking club up, because initially I was strapped. But once I realized that she just can't have kids, I'm like, well, what I'm strapping up for? She can't have kids. And a year of shooting up the club kind of convinced me that what she was saying is true. A year, no dates. I don't even know if I knew her middle name. If I did, cool. But it's very limited amount as far as the amount of connection that we had.
So
now, let me finish. Now, when she pops up pregnant, and I get that phone, I get the DM, and I call her, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm pregnant. Okay. What are your plans here? Because we did not have a relationship at all. There was no type of relationship established here. I just want to be very clear that we're not just going to create some relationship out of thin air because you are pregnant. Okay? What is your plan? Well, I never thought that I could have kids and this, and that. And this is a miracle baby.
You are her miracle sperm.
So this is your miracle baby. Listen to me. Don't do this. I'm being so honest, and it's not meant to be a joke. This shit ain't meant to be fucking funny because there's a fucking life at stake here. You understand?
Yeah, but you were playing with it. I'm sorry. You tried to play with her, but she ended up playing you. Like this is what it sounds like.
You didn't check if it was a medical diagnosis.
He just took our word for it.
Yes,
yeah.
a woman that you choose nothing about that you never even taken a date. You took her word for it. Like how much sense?
I'm just saying,
what about STD?
That's actually happened to me.
Listen to me. What I'm telling you is
after medical diagnosis.
What I'm telling you is that multiple men have gone through exactly what I'm telling you. And we have a lot of kids that's in our community right now being raised in single parent households because of things like this. Right? Let's just say she did not fucking know. Okay.
Can I cut you off because I was in a similar situation how my son was conceived? Meaning I was actually told by a doctor my chances of having children was 11%. Because I had and I said this on other shows, I've had at the time a long history of dealing with uterine fibroids. And so the doctor said my chances were like 11%. So me and my boyfriend at the time, we didn't use any protection. And now my son is 13. I have a miracle baby. You're muted, Quest. You're muted.
Amber, the crazy thing is that's the same thing that
you're muted.
I also my miracle son,
Amber.
My miracle son was conceived after I was also told that if I should ever decide to get pregnant, I will need assistance in doing so because of
Was this because to Amber and you?
Yes.
Were these your boyfriends? Amber said yes, this was her boyfriend. Mistaken, was that your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm telling y'all is I was not this girl's boyfriend.
So
there was no relationship established.
Well, and that was my point, is that prior to it being, well, he's now my husband, but prior to that, we were using protection. So, I mean, and we were together, 3 years before I ended up pregnant. So so in that regard, it was my and his responsibility to ensure that that didn't happen, even with the diagnosis. Now, I'm going to keep it real and not say, and be honest and be like, oh, we use protection every single time. No, we didn't. But when it was in at the level of it not being a serious committed relationship, yes, we did, because I didn't know what he was doing. So I needed to protect myself from, STDs or something like that. And potential, pregnancy. Like you said, after it got into a serious relationship, yeah,
So
I ended up pregnant. But again, I didn't think that I would be able to get pregnant unless I had medical assistance in order to do so.
So this is what I'm getting from it. This is what I'm getting from it. Regardless if you got medical diagnosis or doctor tell you, hey, you can't get pregnant, the brothers still need to take precaution.
Absolutely.
Which is why I preach that
say,
now, right? So let me be very clear. On multiple shows, I've said, fellas, strap it up. Do not shoot up the clubs of those that are not deserving. These are the women that we're talking about that you want to marry, bro. Don't do it, right? Because clearly I have a situation, a real life situation, right, that I'm dealing with right now. And I don't want anybody to have to deal with that. Niggas can say I was finessed, so on and so forth. Yes, I was young, but at the end of the day, this woman had a decision to make. Now, if we want to really get down to the net of it,